Hey y'all, welcome back to Two Fat Girls. It's me, Mandy. As usual, it's been a while since I've talked to you. But all right, let's get the weigh-in out of the way. Since I've talked to you last, I have lost 3 pounds. I think this would be weigh-in 2 and 3. Um, I guess 3 pounds. And let me take these off. I guess a 3 pounds loss is better than a 3 pound gain, right? Um, so this is what has been occurring. Um, Okay, I meant to film weigh in at 2. I was going to film it on Saturday because it was going to be late anyway. I got off early, you know, whatever. I got busy that weekend. It didn't happen. So it was going to be like uber late anyway. I think I was hanging out with Tiff that weekend. Pretty sure I was. I went to her house and we played like video games and stuff. So I never got around to filming it. It was just going to be late anyway. Well, then I was off that following Monday and I was going to film it that day just because I was off and I was going to be home alone. There wasn't going to be anybody here, yada, yada, yada. Well, I woke up at like 5 o'clock that morning, and that was the morning that they announced David Bowie had died. And I was absolutely devastated, like just devastated. Like I woke up and I just picked up my phone just to see what time it was, and it was like a little after 5, and I see that I have all these people tagging me and stuff, and I get on there and look what it was, and it says like David Bowie dead at 69, and I'm like, at first I'm thinking it's one of those like joke things, like one of those, oh, it was a hoax. But no, then I saw where one of my friends had tagged me and another girl in it, and I like legit trusted her because she's one of those people that is just like, that's a hoax, stuff like that. So when I seen that she had tagged me in it, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, seriously, are you kidding me? He just had his birthday and his new album just came out. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was like bawling. Like it was dark in my room. I read that and I was just like crying so hard. So then I'm kind of laying there in bed and I get a text message from the school saying that there's not going to be school because it was snowing that day. So the good thing was Bug was home with me and we both kind of like cried together, and Bug was like really upset. Bug cried and stuff. So anyway, pretty much I just kind of ruined my week. I didn't even feel like doing shit. I didn't care. I was sad, and then like Alan Rickman died like freaking 2 days later, and I'm like, what is happening in this world right now? Like, the thing is, it's like, I know as you get older, your heroes and your idols and stuff die, and I don't like it. I don't like this getting older. I don't like my favorite people getting older. I don't like the fact that they're dying, you know? So it just like really took the wind out of my sails for a little bit. I still continued to go to the gym and stuff. And then, was it Saturday? It was Friday or Saturday. I was just like so emotional that day. I had been stuck in the house. Like, we got a bunch of snow here in Kentucky. I had been stuck in the house for like 2 days. I had had 3 snow days. I was just like depressed and mopey and feeling gross. I hadn't put makeup on or done my hair in like 2 days. I had just been like sitting around the house watching TV and eating. I cooked so much bad shit. I cooked so much bad shit. And I ate it. Not gonna lie, I ate it. So I don't know how this weigh-in's gonna turn out. And so I was like talking to Bug. I was baking cobbler. Actually, I was in the kitchen making cobbler, and Bud comes in there, and I don't know how we got on the subject. We started talking about Bowie, and I kind of got sad a little bit. Then I came back in my room, and somebody had tagged me in like this. It was a choir in Canada, and it was like 500 people got together, and they sang Space Oddity, and it was amazing. I will find the link. I will put it below. It's fabulous. Like I can't even. It's so fabulous. Um, I bawled. Like I watched it and I just bawled. I cried so hard. And then like an hour or so later, Bud come in here and she drew me a picture, and on the back it says to Mandy and it says RIP David Bowie, and it had like the dates on there, and then she had signed the back of it, and I'll put the picture up now. And I just lost it. I cried then. And I was like, what is wrong with me? Like, I just didn't know what was wrong with me, why I was like so sad and feeling so gross and just wanting to like consume everything and just feeling miserable. And then the next day it was Shark Week, and I'm like, well, fuck me. Thank the Lord. I thought I was losing my mind. It was just my period. But like the sadness was real. The sadness was real. And 2 days after, well, it was the day they announced Alan Rickman had died, and I went to work, and I had gotten money for Christmas, and I had been hanging on to it because it was going towards a tattoo that I was going to get. And I was at work, and I called Tiff. I'm like, Tiff, I think I'm going to go get a tattoo. I'm like, you want to come sit with me? And she's like, sure. So spur of the moment, I went and got 2 David Bowie tattoos, and I'll put them up now. And so, I got the black star right here. It's still kind of like crusty. So, I mean, it's not as like beautiful as it was the day before. This one, it like really itches because I don't put the medicine on it while I'm at work because it makes hair stick to it. And on my arm, I decided to get We Could Be Heroes instead of We Can Be Heroes because I know everybody is going to be getting We Can Be Heroes. And he only says We Could Be Heroes in the original one time, and the original version of the song one time. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get that just because I know everybody's going to be getting that. And I plan on getting other David Bowie tattoos too, just to let y'all know. Um, so yeah, like it's really weird because I'm going to tell you guys this. And I was planning on making like a Mandy's Music Monday vlog, but I don't feel like it because I just like, his death just brings so much like it affects my daily life. Like it affects my eating and it affects going to work. And I know he's a person that I didn't know. I didn't fucking know him. I had never met him. You know what I mean? But it's like because I loved him so much and I loved his music so much, it's like my best friend has died. Like I don't know if anybody else feels like that. Like it feels like my best friend has died. It feels like there is a hole in my heart, literally, like it's missing. And it feels like the reason it was so shocking, first of all, is because nobody knew he was sick. He had just done this huge play. He just released his album on his birthday, and then 2 days later he's dead at 69. 69 is young. 69 is young. um and it just when you put somebody that you love so much up on this pedestal and they just do these beautiful, beautiful things with their music and their movies and their life and their art, they are just like, they're immortal. Like they shouldn't get sick. They shouldn't, they definitely shouldn't die. You know what I mean? So it was just like a crazy, crazy shock. Like, it's I can honestly say I feel like my grandma did when Elvis died. Like I remember my granny telling me when Elvis died and how upset she was about it. And I feel those like emotions, like he has so much music. He has the greatest catalog of music, and he's got movies, and from what I've read, he's still going to be really releasing music. Like I read an article just today that he had prepared more albums to be released before he died. That's how much he cared for his fans, and he loved his music and his art. It was his passion, and he is still going to be giving us stuff from like beyond, and it's so sad. And like I can honestly say that Tiffer, she went out that Monday and she found probably the last copy of Black Star in my area. She went to 2 stores before she found it, and then she only found, like, the guy told her she went to Barnes Noble, and he looked up in the computer and he's like, we don't have any more. And as she was walking out, it was just randomly sitting on a shelf, and she's like, well, here's one right here. He had to put it in the computer so she could buy it because it wasn't even in the computer. I'm like, that was just meant to be. Like I was actually getting out of the shower and she like shoved it underneath the bathroom door when she got here, and I just bawled, just cried. Like it's crazy how emotional I am about it. Like I can't even explain it. And you know, it's just so sad. It's really, really sad. And and then like Alan Rickman died, one of my other like great heroes who I've loved since I was like freaking 14 years old, since Sense and Sensibility came out, and I watched it back in the day, because back in the day cable was set up different. So like my granny had good cable, we had bad cable, we were next door neighbors. So every once in a while when the weather was right, it was almost like our TV picked her cable up, but it was like kind of grainy a little bit. So I watched that Sense and Sensibility movie grainy and fuzzy because he literally caught my attention. And I sat and I watched it, you know, pretty much stolen cable. I watched the whole thing fuzzy, and it was like the greatest thing I'd ever seen. And I'm like, oh my God, I love this guy. That was when I first knew that I loved older men. Like, I just knew it. So that's how it's been going on in my life recently. And I have another little vlog. It is I think I'm going to put it separately. I was going to put it together with this one, but this vlog is running a little long. Um, One of my friends sent me something, and it's just beautiful and amazing. I can't even express how much I love it. Like it's just crazy. And I've been buying magazines like crazy that's got him on the cover of it. The point I was making, that I was making about the Black Star album, I got totally sidetracked, was I still have not listened to it. I haven't listened to it. I've watched the Black Star video a couple of times. I have watched the Lazarus video twice, and it was before he died. And I don't think I can ever, ever, ever watch it again. But I still haven't listened to Black Star in its entirety, just because I feel like the minute I listen to it is the minute that I have to be like accepting of the fact that David Bowie is no longer living and breathing in this world, you know. And so I haven't listened to it yet. I'm still putting it off. I don't know when I'll listen to it, but the minute I do is going to be the minute that I really, really have to accept that my friend is gone, you know. Like, David Bowie really was my friend. He's never met me in his life, and he will never meet me. I will never meet him. But my friend is gone, and that's how I feel. But yet when I listen to his music, it doesn't make me sad. Like, listening to his music doesn't make me sad, but I know when I listen to the Black Star album, it will. So that's just like where my crazy emotions have been lately. And not necessarily the reason I haven't vlogged, like, you know, David Bowie's death isn't going to like ruin my life forever. I have been just a little bit lazy, and there's been a lot of snow on the ground, and snow makes you feel lazy. So I'm just, I just wanted to touch on the fact. I just wanted to touch on the subject of David Bowie. I just felt like I wanted to talk about it, and then my friend sent me that gift, and I have been planning on making this vlog for a while, and I just haven't done it yet. And don't worry, I still plan on doing more weigh-in and weight loss vlogs. I'm not going anywhere. I still have to do the hair vlog of the hair products that I've been using lately. But I just wanted to just talk about that. That's just what I wanted to talk about this time. So, okay guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.